What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're cutting through the hype with the only digital nomad guide you'll ever need for 2025. Let's face it, working from your mom's basement isn't cutting it, and you want more than beige LinkedIn vibes. You've seen the hammock pics, the empty inboxes, and you're ready to swap TPS reports for tropical Wi-Fi. I've scrolled, I've watched, and I've compiled the top 5 cities where you can look busy on Zoom while living your best life. Grab your headphones, open a dozen tabs, and let's find your next office. This is your roadmap to becoming a location-independent pro. Let's get into it. First up, Bali, Indonesia, the digital nomad rite of passage. Here, every day starts with sunrise yoga, not for discipline, but for Instagram. You'll work from a co-working space that's basically a resort, surrounded by crypto bros and life coaches. The Wi-Fi is just strong enough for a Zoom call with a jungle backdrop to make your coworkers jealous. Uniform tank tops, flowy dresses, reusable water bottles, and a MacBook covered in stickers. Lunch? A $10 smoothie bowl you'll spend more time photographing than eating. The afternoon grind is 2 emails, then a photo shoot at the rice paddies. Evenings mean networking at beach clubs, vague job titles, and cocktails pricier than dinner for locals. You'll pay a healer to splash you with flower water and tell you to drink more water. The real goal? Look like you're working, feel like you're on vacation, and convince yourself you're transforming. Bali is for those who want to be a walking cliché with a killer tan and a feed full of smoothie bowls. Book your ticket, perfect your I quit my 9-to-5 post, and tag me when you do. Just remember, everyone's pretending to work here. Are you in? Next stop, Lisbon, Portugal, Europe's pastel de nata-powered productivity trap, where the sun shines almost every day, and the Wi-Fi is as unpredictable as the city's famous trams. Touchdown here, and suddenly you're a remote work expert, ready to share your wisdom with the world, usually in the form of a LinkedIn post about how you're thriving abroad and living your best life. But let's be honest, the city's beauty is your biggest distraction. Every street is a postcard, every tile a photo op, and every corner cafe is calling your name with the promise of another espresso and a perfect Instagram shot. Your Airbnb is charming, if by charming you mean a 5th floor walk-up with no elevator, spotty Wi-Fi that cuts out during your most important calls, and a neighbor who belts out Fado at 3 a.m. like they're auditioning for Portugal's Got Talent. Co-working spaces are packed with people disrupting industries, launching the next big app, or at least pretending to. In reality, you're just updating your fantasy football lineup and wondering if anyone else is actually working. Networking here is a competitive sport. It's all about who's more location independent, who's found the cheapest flight to Berlin, and who can drop the most buzzwords in a single conversation. The food? Dangerously good. Pastel de nata for breakfast, befana for lunch, and a running tally of how many pastries you can eat before your jeans protest. By week's end, you'll have a pastry budget, a favorite bakery, and a new appreciation for the art of counting coins to pay for your daily sugar fix. Time in Lisbon is fluid. A Zoom call scheduled for 2 p.m. somehow turns into Vinho Verde at a Miradouro by 4, and suddenly you're watching the sunset with new friends instead of finishing that project. Everyone's got a side hustle, a startup pitch, or a blog about remote work. The pressure to be interesting, innovative, and always on is real and exhausting. Nightlife? One drink in Barro Alto quickly becomes a spontaneous bar crawl, and before you know it, you're stumbling home at 4 a.m., promising yourself you'll be productive tomorrow. You'll become an expert at looking busy, mastering the art of toggling between spreadsheets and YouTube, all while convincing your boss you're deep in focus mode. You'll also discover the best selfie spots because if you didn't post it, did you even work remotely in Lisbon? And you'll find yourself justifying a pastry-based diet with the logic that walking up all these hills burns it off anyway. Lisbon, where your biggest achievement might be a camera roll full of tile photos, a slightly tighter waistband, and a new appreciation for the art of doing just enough. Productivity? Entirely optional, but the views? Absolutely unbeatable. So are you ready to work in Lisbon? Pack your laptop, your appetite, and your best excuses for missing deadlines. Let's go. Back to Southeast Asia, Chiang Mai, Thailand, the OG digital nomad haven. Here your dollar stretches further than your ambition. The city is one giant co-working space, endless cafes, free Wi-Fi, and menus you can't pronounce. Your workday is just cafe hopping to create the illusion of progress. Distractions? Over 300 temples, all perfect for the gram. cost of living is so low you'll justify skipping work for massages, street food, and scooter rides. The Nomad community is huge, masters of the 4-hour work month. You'll arrive with a plan, but soon you're debating a trip to Pi instead of meeting deadlines. Food is a productivity killer: cow soy, mango sticky rice, and street snacks that end your workday by 1 p.m. Elephant sanctuary visits are mandatory, great for photos, questionable for your timesheet. Scooter life is freedom and daily near-death experiences. Night markets? You'll leave with elephant pants and a forgotten deadline. Deep work means 25 minutes of focus, 2 hours of temple hopping. You're not procrastinating, you're immersing in culture. In Chiang Mai, everyone's happy to believe the beautiful lie: work less, live more, and smile while you do it. Ready to join the temple hoppers? Chiang Mai awaits. Next up, Medellin, Colombia, the city of eternal spring and endless distractions. Here, the air is always warm, the flowers are always in bloom, and the energy of the city pulses day and night. Medellin isn't just a place you visit, it's a place that sweeps you up and makes you forget what you came for in the first place. You'll claim you're here for the startup scene, but let's be honest. It's really the perfect weather, the buzzing nightlife, and the beautiful people that keep you out until sunrise. Every night feels like a celebration, and every new friend is a reason to stay out just a little longer. Your apartment in El Poblado has a rooftop pool, and a view that makes every Zoom call look like a travel commercial, assuming you even make it to your calls after last night's aguardiente-fueled adventures. The line between work and play blurs when your office is a sun-drenched terrace. Work-life balance? In Medellin, it's more like life-work balance. The city invites you to slow down, savor your coffee, and let your to-do list wait while you soak in the atmosphere. Cafes and parqueyeras are less about productivity and more about people-watching, spontaneous conversations, and the occasional flirtatious glance. Your laptop might be open, but your mind is definitely elsewhere. Nightlife here is legendary. One innocent salsa class quickly spirals into a full-blown night out, with 0 emails answered and plenty of new dance partners. You'll find yourself learning more about rhythm than remote work. The cost of living is low, so you'll justify mental health days that somehow stretch into weeks, exploring the colorful streets of Guatape, hiking up the famous rock, and snapping photos for your followers back home. Spanish lessons? You'll master una cerveza por favor, and call it personal growth. Who needs fluency when you've got charm and a cold drink in hand? Networking in Medellin means pool parties, rooftop gatherings, and deep business chats that somehow always end with another round of cocktails. Your LinkedIn might not get updated, but your social circle definitely will. The metro cable isn't just public transport, it's a scenic city tour and the perfect excuse to dodge work for an afternoon. You'll tell yourself it's research as you float above the city's vibrant neighborhoods. You'll sign up for a Pablo Escobar tour, not for the history lesson, but for the edgy story you can tell at the next party. It's all about the experience, not the education. Medellin will test your focus. Plans to work hard dissolve into afternoons of salsa, endless cups of rich Colombian coffee, and sunsets that make you forget about deadlines. You'll leave with new dance moves, a coffee addiction, and a portfolio full of memories, not work. Productivity? Maybe next time. But you'll have stories to tell and a new appreciation for living in the moment. Medellin is for those who want to live first, work second. It's a city that rewards curiosity, spontaneity, and anyone willing to trade a little productivity for a lot of adventure. So, are you ready to salsa your way through remote work? Medellin's calling, and trust me, it's impossible to resist. Last stop, Mexico City, or CDMX as the locals call it, the digital nomad's ultimate foodie paradise, where every street corner is a new adventure for your taste buds and your Instagram feed. This city pulses with energy, color, and the irresistible aroma of sizzling tacos that seem to call your name at every hour. You'll tell everyone you're here for the culture, the history, the art, but let's be honest, it's really the tacos that keep you coming back for more. Each bite is a celebration and every meal is a new excuse to explore another corner of the city. Your apartment in Condesa, or Roma Norte, is Art Deco, leafy and perfect for pretending you're a creative genius. Sunlight streams through the windows, casting just the right glow for your next Zoom call, or more likely your next food photo shoot. The vibe is equal parts inspiration and relaxation, with leafy streets below and the hum of city life just outside. Productivity here is a constant battle against the siren call of street food. One taco quickly turns into a 2-hour lunch followed by a food coma that makes just one more episode of your favorite show seem like a great idea. The city's flavors are as distracting as they are delicious, and your to-do list never stood a chance. The city itself is a living museum. Aztec ruins, grand palaces, and more museums than you could ever hope to visit in one trip. Every street tells a story, and every plaza is a crossroads of past and present. You'll find yourself wandering from ancient temples to sleek skyscrapers, marveling at how history and modernity blend seamlessly here. Creative breaks in CDMX mean museum selfies and clever captions for your followers, not necessarily better work. You'll spend hours wandering through galleries, snapping photos, and convincing yourself it's all part of your creative process, even if your inbox says otherwise. The art scene here is magnetic. You'll get lost in Coyoacan, buying vibrant shawls and taking Frida-inspired photos instead of answering emails. The colors, the markets, the bohemian spirit, it's all too tempting to resist, and your productivity quietly slips away as you soak it all in. Street art walks become your new favorite pastime, but let's be real. They're mostly scouting missions for your next profile pic. Every mural is a backdrop, every alley a potential photo shoot, and your camera roll fills up faster than your project tracker. Your camera roll? It's 50% food, 40% murals, and maybe 10% screenshots of emails you'll answer later. You'll become a master of food photography and mural selfies, but your work inbox will be a different story. Social life here is a whirlwind. Lucha Libre matches, mezcal on rooftop bars, and endless creative process chats with fellow expats. Every night out is a new adventure, and every new friend has a story that's somehow more interesting than your next deadline. The city's sheer size is your go-to excuse for every missed deadline. Traffic jams, crowded metros, the altitude, or even the weather. There's always something to blame, and you'll quickly learn to stretch those excuses as far as they'll go. I need a nap. It's the altitude, you'll say, and somehow that excuse works for a month straight. Between the city's energy and your taco-fueled adventures, rest becomes a necessity, not a luxury. Mexico City is for nomads who crave culture, adventure, and a culinary journey that never ends. Here you'll feel inspired, challenged, and most importantly, very well fed. Every day is a new opportunity to discover, taste, and explore. You'll find yourself swapping stories with strangers at midnight taco stands, making friends over shared plates, and realizing that sometimes the best connections happen far away from your laptop. You'll leave with extra pounds, a lighter portfolio, and 100 better stories than any work you missed. Productivity, optional, tacos, absolutely mandatory. The memories you make here will last far longer than any deadline. So, are you ready to eat your way through remote work? CDMX is waiting for you, full of flavor, color, and endless inspiration. Let's taco about it. There you have it, the only guide you'll ever need to working around the world. From Bali to Mexico City, it's less about work, more about the remote. Optimize for Instagram, not productivity. The goal, look busy, live better. Book that ticket, live your best photogenic life, and if your boss asks, just say you're globally synergizing. Like subscribe, and keep pretending to work from anywhere. Drop a comment. Where's your next workcation? Are you a Medellin salsa master or a Chiang Mai temple hopper? Until next time, stay nomadic, stay unproductive, and don't check your email on weekends. Peace.